So when it comes to air conduction earphones, to be honest, never really trusted the sound quality, and I always thought they looked funky, and to be honest, at least one of those has been dispelled. So yet again, I'm faced with another dilemma. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the new Open Rock S. The case definitely does look like a pair of glasses cases, but all jokes aside, this is similar to the previous Open Rock Pro. Even the design quite is similar, but there's some things that they decided to switch it up with. But before I even get into that, just make sure you open the subscribe button and rock it to oblivion. That pun sounded way better in my head. But anyways, let's get on with the video. Now, of course, I said it does resemble the Open Rock Pro, but I'll leave the comparison video for another day. So let's just begin with the case. The case just leaves me speechless. It is a pretty white case, and when it comes to comfort and portability, that is something you're generally going to have to consider because it is a really wide case, and that might turn a lot of people off. At least it's not a double whammy because it's actually not a heavy case. And as for the material that the case is made out of, it's more so of a plastic composite type of material. So moving on to the earbuds, as I mentioned before, these already are similar kind of to the Open Rock Pro. Might as well call these just the older brother to the Open Rock Pro. The design is similar, the look of it is similar, except there's a couple slight tweaks to these. So the material on this is good. I actually really like it. It's resistant to fingerprint, and also they have a curved design, which it would have been horrible if they were heavy because that's the #1 mark they have to hit on. And to be honest, some of them just feel painful over the course of the day and over time. And to be honest, it just becomes a turn off to even try to wear them again. With these, honestly, they feel comfortable and they don't hurt. When putting them on, they are seamless and they're comfortable. So these, they have an IPX5 rating. So basically what this means is they're resistant to light splashes and sweat. These cannot be drenched. Don't try it. You're gonna lose. And again, one of the upsides about these earphones is they offer an incredible 60 hours. And when it comes to playtime, it's 19 hours straight. And the crazy thing is when you charge for 5 minutes, it gives you about 1 hour in exchange. So these will last you throughout the day and even more. And again, also it has Bluetooth 5.3, which is something that I always recommend regardless of what product I may be reviewing. So with Bluetooth 5.3, one, it's already efficient for your battery life, and two, it's just a much more stable connection. So when you get Bluetooth 5.3 on your earphones or your speakers, it just guarantees that you know you're getting the maximum performance for whatever product you got. Now, if you had Bluetooth 5.0, then you might throw some excuses on why it doesn't sound as good or why it's not performing the way you'd like it to. But once you get Bluetooth 5.3, then you know that what you get is the absolute maximum quality of the product of what you're getting. And it has a 16.2mm driver with 2 bass as well as epic bass performance. But all this is nice and dandy, but the thing that matters most is the audio and how it actually sounds, regardless of these titles. When it comes to audio, I thought, for me personally, it sounded really fluid. It was just really seamless listening to the audio and how it was transferred onto the earphones. And the crazy thing about these is I found that they're comparable to in-ear earphones because of how good the quality sounded when I was using them. Now, when it comes to music, the quality as well transfers over with a caveat. So don't play the audio to the absolute max when playing music because there's a lot of sound bleeding. Depending on the room and the situation that you may be in, you just have to be aware of the audio bleeding because playing music to the highest volume, it's going to just bleed out and everyone will be able to pick out what you're listening to. And you just don't want to be that guy that is going to be obnoxious around people with loud audio when really you can just be listening to music by yourself without having to disturb the people around you. These are air conduction earphones, so they're good to keeping you aware. So if you're going on a hike, if you're in the neighborhood, in the city, then you'll still be able to hear cars passing by. You can hear the bear coming out the woods to come attack you. So it's good to just keep you aware of your surroundings. When it comes to phone calls, this has 4 microphones, of course, for clear calls and noise cancellation. The performance though is a mixed bag because when listening to the other party speaking over the earphones, I could hear them clearly. And this was over the course of 1 hour. They were coming off clearly, but when it was my turn to speak, there was a delay, it was static, and in their words, it sounded as though I was far away from the microphone. And also, it was really inconsistent, because at times I'd be very audible and very clear, and other times I'd be sounding very delayed and very static when speaking into the earphones. So, would I recommend these for phone calls? No, I wouldn't. The good thing about these earphones is that they dispelled my notion about air conduction earphones. Not the fact that they look funky, and the sound quality is way comparable to in-ear and over-ear headphones. These hit the nail on the head on a couple of things I like. I mean, it has Bluetooth 5.3, the audio is crystal clear, and they are a light pair of earphones that feel comfortable when you put them on. Now, the only thing I would not recommend is playing the music at the absolute loudest, because at that point, the sound bleeding is just going to sound like you're trying to DJ for the entire room. So just a caveat when you're using these earphones, sound quality great, but when playing music or playing audio, maybe not to the loudest, unless you're alone, or maybe you may just be around friends and nobody cares. But let me know what you think. Give me your opinion. I'm your DJ.